So I've just come back from my second trip to Europe to teach students about culture and ethics, and the specifics are immaterial. But for the second time, I've had one black student in my class. The rest have been students from primarily different parts of Europe, primarily, but also other parts of the world. And each time the student has sort of secretly come to me and without me asking or prompting, and they desperately wanted or needed to talk about their experience of racism in Europe. This last time I was even so shocked because the student even called it the R word. So uncomfortable was she in saying it because she says every time she mentions it, everyone wants to say that she's a victim, and the victim, the victimology, oh, you're just making something up. And of course, you can see all my other videos about this, or just read a Bell Hooks book, or perhaps genuinely speak with a friend about it of color who maybe has a different experience and has thought critically about it. And you can come to quickly find out that implicit racism exists. This student said in particular that she was thinking of leaving Europe because she experienced a glass ceiling, and she did not imagine her career taking place in such a place where it would just be capped immediately. There's only so far that you can go in your career. And the experience of just anger and rage at this can be so isolating that in both instances, you know what I'm going to say, what I did. I not only recommended, but within legal limits, gave the students copies of Bell Hooks, chapters or this, and pointed them to different resources online because of what Bell Hooks has done for me. Reading Bell Hooks, and as I've mentioned in other videos, I had the opportunity to actually engage with Bell Hooks face to face. She even gave me the idea for my PhD topic, and I actually did it. And years later, I'm like, wow, Bell Hooks really hooked me up. So it's such a joy, and not a burden even, because one of the reasons why I do what I do, and I'm so forthright about talking about these issues, is that I know how healing it is to be able to just have someone hear you, to have an empathetic ear, to have someone listen, to understand your experience. And not just that I know that from firsthand experience and just growing up as an empathetic person, but also from the genuine words that Bell Hooks writes about. Her first person experience, her experience as a teacher, her experiences as a student, then becoming a teacher. All that has informed me of the great need to, one, assume leadership as an instructor, to open the discussion, to accept that there will be tears, pain, heartache through the experience, but that we are better for it, to experiencing what it's like to know the other. And it's hard, and I have to say, as much as I like to have those kinds of experiences, it's even difficult for me. One of my students in Germany, just now, a German woman, asked me what it's like in Germany, and I lied through my teeth. I said, oh, it's great, it's wonderful. And I told her, I guess I didn't lie, I only told her a half-truth in saying of the wonderful things that I knew about it. But funny enough, even just that night, as after she asked me, I experienced one of those very typical microaggressions. I went to a restaurant, I got in line, and this woman turned around, she's like shocked, and quickly just, tried to brush it off, and it was just horrifying. It is horrifying, and I'm quite a sensitive guy, I recognize that, but imagine me, at my age, I'm damn near 40, now imagine what that is like for a young person who's just experiencing themselves in the world, what that's like. So teachers, I urge you, you have to open this discussion with your students, and you have to allow people to talk about it, and you have to accept that people may have different opinions, and you have to make room for it. The young students that I spoke to, they're under 30, they're in their late 20s, these are master's students, master's degree programs, they're generally experiencing pain. And I spoke to them also about rage, because I know that the anger at the injustice, the anger at the isolation, the anger at the duplicitousness of Western societies talking about meritocracy and equality, and yet there is the persistence of inequality, and it's in some ways even growing. And ironically enough, I'm a black man on a boat going to the UK right now, and I'm a black man who's going to make it there alive. I'm legitimately here, and I am not the kind of person that people like to talk about or think about when they talk about people of color. In Europe, you hear so much talk of immigrants and migrants and illegal migrants. And I was just watching Al Jazeera last night, and they were just saying that actually no one just asks the people of color who are legitimately in Europe what they think about this talk, what's going on. No one would ever ask, including someone like me who's only been in Europe for a few years now and moved here from Asia. And it's true, people really can talk about migrants and immigrants, but not your neighbor who's here or that kid who goes to school with your children. It's hard. It's really hard to force yourself to make that distinction when you're so used to your own visceral reaction. And again, I accept responsibility in that because it's difficult. I don't like to talk about it. I've gotten in arguments with colleagues who've, in a sense, forced me to talk about it. And I've had to say, well, listen, even just witnessing the comfort level that majority culture staff members feel and experience with majority culture students is so radically different with minority students that those students don't even ask them proper questions, say to the teachers, I don't know, I have no clue what's going on. And if a student can say to you, I don't know, then that's a problem. Because it translates into their grades, and their grades translate into their future opportunities, and the whole cycle repeats itself. We really are talking about the future of our own societies.